I was born in 1960 to a Palestinian family. My parents migrated to Kuwait in 1952 because of the Israeli occupation of Palestine. So growing up, I understood the difficulty of being under occupation. We owned a citrus farm in Gaza, and I remember vividly the long lines at Israeli checkpoints. How humiliating that experience was, especially as a 10-year-old boy. The way Israeli soldiers treated Palestinian men, women, and children. This was my first time to realize the importance of justice and equity. I told my dad, I don't ever want to go back until Palestine is free. He just looked at me and said, always remember, be proud of your roots. My parents were both educators. I recall telling my dad one morning when I was 6 or 7 years old, I don't feel like going to school. It was the first time he ever got visibly angry with me. He told me, your job in life is to learn. As a Palestinian, you are robbed of many rights. Learning is something no one can take away from you. When I was 16, I decided to come to college in the US. So I found an organization in Kuwait that actually provides scholarships for Palestinian students. In May 1977, I was accepted to the University of Mississippi to study engineering. While at Ole Miss, I met my wife Karen, the love of my life, and had 2 wonderful girls. I received my master's in civil engineering from Mississippi State, and I grew quickly and became COO and then president of one of the largest engineering firms in the state. I was working 60, 70 hours a week, focused on becoming more successful in the corporate world. But something was missing, and this is really when I met Okola and Sababu. Although we arrived to have many commonalities, we came by different routes. Understanding civil rights and their struggle as African Americans really connected with me. September 11th happened. We discovered that there was not at that time a single institution in the country that focused on educating the American public about Islamic history and culture. We extended our first exhibit that opened in April 2001, and the International Museum of Muslim Cultures was born. The museum serves a very important role at this moment in history. Since September 11, Islam and Muslims have been under attack. Hate crimes and Islamophobia are at an all-time high. Many in the Muslim and non-Muslim community, not only in America but across the world, really lost the essence of Islam. We use the museum to mobilize across the divide of race, class, religion, and gender to address issues of equity, justice, and education. The challenges are enormous, but the opportunities are huge as well. Islam says we are one humanity. In the Quran, God says, O mankind, we created you from a single pair of male and female and made you into nations and tribes so that you may know each other and not despise each other. Our current exhibit brings together people of all faiths to share knowledge about the true meaning of Islam as a religion of peace and tolerance. There was a period in Islamic history when the Prophet and his companions fulfilled the covenants of protecting minorities, protecting women and people of faith, and living in a pluralistic society. He extended covenants of protection to Jews and Christians living in communities with Muslims. The Constitution of Medina played a significant role in the development of other treaties and constitutions, perhaps even our own here in the United States. When people don't know each other, this is where conflict begins. As the first Islamic history and culture museum in America, we are really breaking those barriers within and outside the Muslim community, challenging inaccuracies about Islam. We challenge the notion that Muslims don't belong here. We are living with American values and we are part and parcel of the American story. Islam is about peace, unity, justice, equity, and love. 25 years ago, I would say materialism was more important than my spiritual development. Today is totally the opposite. I challenge myself every day about how I can become a better human being to contribute to society. We've started a traveling exhibit program in Islamic Thought Institute. Our plan is to have companion conferences across the country in partnership with museums, colleges, and universities. To be successful, we are going to have to change not only hearts and minds of people, but also we have to change policy making. We want to build a voice for justice and equity in relationship to how Muslims are treated in this country. What better place to address human rights and dignity, justice, equity, and education other than Mississippi?